It's incredibly important for there to be queer representation in education because LGBTQ plus youth are more likely than their cis straight peers to be unhoused, to experience depression, anxiety, to be unsatisfied with their lives, and to also lose their lives. And just by accepting those students and by treating them as human beings and showing them compassion and kindness, they are less likely to experience those adverse life effects. Now, there's been a lot of recent pushback against queer teachers in the workplace, especially in public education. A lot of people are coming out saying that we're groomers, that we're child predators, when that is so far beyond the truth. We are just people who are teachers. And being out, having me be your child's teacher, me, someone who's out queer, out as non-binary and bi in the classroom, I'm not going to make your child into something that they're not. I'm only going to give children who are already different the experience they need to feel safe enough to be who they are. And by doing this, I could save a child's life. By being an out teacher, by being a safe classroom, by wholeheartedly supporting my students and having no tolerance for hatred and bigotry in my classroom, I can save the lives of teenagers. And that is incredibly important because at the end of the day, we should want our teenagers to live. We should want them to feel happy. We should want them to be able to experience life fully. When I was a teenager, the only queer teachers that I knew were a couple who had to pretend that they weren't together, that they didn't live together, that they weren't raising children together. These two women had to act like they were not basically married. This was before gay marriage was legalized. And this was 2013. So this wasn't even like the 90s. This was 2000s. And their children had to even only call one of them mom when they were out in public because of the morality clause in a teaching contract. They could lose their jobs for being gay. Now that gay marriage is legalized, teachers have less of a fear of that, but with more modern, recent pushback against LGBTQ educators, of the fear-mongering, of people thinking that we are predators, that we are groomers, when we absolutely aren't. It is more important than ever for me to be out because I didn't have someone who was out. And that's something that made my life worse as a teenager.